done this a long time, so let me know. Am I just speaking to a brick wall or how's this going? Because I would really like to know. I know that George Robertson over there is happy. He's singing even. I wonder if he's a good singer. I don't know him, so. Oh, and Lee Fraser's singing, of course. Hi, if my voice is a little weird, that's just because I got over this horrible sickness recently. It was one of the worst fevers I ever had. I had to stay in my bed all day after class. And like I know I'm not supposed to go to class with that kind of sickness, but I'm a very stubborn person and I don't like missing stuff that I pay for because I'm also a tightwad. I admit that I'm a bit of a Mr. Krabs. And so I tried to push it and then yeah, so if I cough a little bit or if my voice sounds a little weird, that's why, because I just got over this. Uh, so yeah, it's good to see you guys again. It's been a while since I've talked to you. If I missed some of your questions, then feel free to repost them because there's usually a lot of these, and I sometimes end up missing them, and I never try to. That's never the intention. Just be sure to remember that. Okay. So here we go. Ask me as many as you want. Happy Good Friday, by the way. And Easter will be this Sunday, and also uh, I'm gonna get a new cousin soon because hopefully because my aunt and uncle who are local here in Arizona. I don't live in Arizona. I just go to college here. They're adopting a new kid. So yay, everything is going just fine. Okay, let's start with the questions. Oh, one last thing. I know there's so many things that I keep doing to interrupt this, but live streams are very, very late. And by very, I mean 2 seconds late. So when you guys hear me, this is 2 seconds later. So yeah, I'm coming to you from the future. Okay, so let's see. Have I seen Early Man? No, but I want to. Does Matt have any involvement with VeggieTales Live Reloaded? No, he does not. But he does have involvement with the other show Alfonso and I are working on. He's coming on as a head script editor and also a couple voices. How old was I when I became Christian? 4 years old. Because I grew up in an extreme Christian household. Not like extremist. I hate extremism. Down with extremism, as Avi would say. But yeah, I grew up in a household like that. So yeah, that's kind of all I know. So I'm very, very accustomed to that kind of stuff. I've ever watched Lazy Town before. Yes. In fact, I even made a review of it, was it 2 years ago? When it was that huge meme. Unfortunately, it's not a huge meme anymore. I really miss it though. We're number one will always be my favorite meme with steamed hams at a close second, which unfortunately steamed hams is on its way out too. Memes just don't last long anymore, do they? I mean, 1 second they're here, and then the next they're never seen from again. And that really gets on my nerves too, because like I said, I really, really liked it. Oh well, let's hope the next one's gonna be good. Just no more Tide Pod challenges, please. Hello. I'm doing just fine, Red Elastic 98. Other than Dave, what is a show you remember watching as a kid? Sorry, because I never watched other kids when I was a kid. That'd be weird. Other than Dave, what is a show you remember watching as a kid you don't find, oh, that I don't have talked about much these days? Hmm. Sorry. Wow. I just took a little bit of medicine. Wow. So I shouldn't be coughing up like this. But let's see. I never liked it, but I do remember the buzz on Maggie. Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. That was a show I liked a lot as a kid, but going back to watch it, it really does not hold up. Plus, I kind of have to hate it because that and Dave the Barbarian are unofficial rivals. Let's see. Remember watching as a kid. Fine doesn't get very much talking about it. Wayside too. I like the books and I like the show. That is darn near impossible to find because those who like the books don't like the show, and those who like the show haven't read the books, it seems. But I like both of those. One day I'm thinking of doing another. One day I'm thinking of doing a TV talk on it and further explaining my opinions on it. So there's that. And the chat just stopped moving. I know your comments are coming in, but I'm going up. So let's see. Jared Thomas. I don't know what the huge meme is. Usually memes have to come to me for me to find out. We'll ever do a Let's Play of Yandere Simulator. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Maybe. Doki Doki Literature Club was a lot of fun. We have finished the last one, and it will be posted probably tomorrow. I mean, if you're wondering why there was this huge gap, it's because, well, there was some stuff going on with Matt's family, and then there was just this whole stuff going on in my personal life, and I'm not going into that. And then, of course, the sickness happened. So then there's just this whole big delay. And I was unable to work on anything for a while. But don't worry, it's coming back, and we're almost done. And it's the last part is a little shorter than the others, of course, but it is still pretty good. What are my thoughts on glub, 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 glub? Not as bad as the glidly glob, but whatever eats my bones the fastest, I don't mind getting eaten by that. What are my thoughts on Death Battle? Don't know what that is. Where's Larry? Probably back on the countertop now that In the House / In the City is over. My opinion on Denny's. My grandpa used to take me up there a lot. Sorry. I obviously am in college, so I can't go up to visit as much anymore. So it's kind of more memory based. The food there isn't the best, but it's good for people of that age, I suppose. I'm getting old, I suppose. Am I getting old? I don't know. I'm older than a lot of the people that watch my channel, at least. I know that. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just something I notice. Wow, okay. Looks like there's a huge delay, a bigger one than I thought. How do I feel being the second Trevor that I know? Not nearly as bad as the other Trevor that went to my school. So the other one, he came here after I did, here being the high school, by the way. And everyone just called me the other Trevor because they knew that this guy was such a mess. He was an extreme sexist and extreme weeaboo, and would always have this weird way of talking to people. He'd always just walk up to people, listen to their conversation, and understand what it's about, and then butt in with something completely different, always going, so, cough drops, huh? And he would just say something like that, completely unrelated. And he'd try to derail the conversation. He pretended to be really rich. It was just this nightmare. My favorite animal, dogs. I love dogs, especially Schnauzers. Those are my favorites. Malteses as well. German Shepherds. Basically any dog, except poodles. Not a big fan of poodles. They're kind of jerks. So let's see. What else do you guys have coming? Hello, El Zaria. I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing this right. Yeah, you're a little late, but you are here. Yay. Happy Good Friday to you. It is a Good Friday, especially over here in Arizona. It's sunny and hot. I bet you never would have guessed that. Arizona's okay. I like going to school here, but I'm never going to live here. Who would win in a fight? Larry Boy or Bibleman? Larry Boy. Absolutely. No doubt. Bibleman is weak, especially if we're talking about Miles Peterson one because he has that back injury. So, yeah, Williams can't really do anything. And then the other guy, nobody remembers him. So, yeah, just Miles Peterson. How do I feel being in the same state that Twippo came from? I wish Twippo was here and make things a little more interesting than just looking at the desert. I mean, again, no offense against Arizona. It's just I come from two very green states, Texas and Washington. So yeah, that's a long story, though. I'll explain that later if you guys want me to. But yeah, I'm in the middle of the desert, and I like looking at the desert, but I'm kind of tired of it. I kind of miss Texas a bit. Do I watch Mickey Mouse? Not extensively, but I have seen his stuff. Where did I find the article about VeggieTales coming back? You guys, you got to do your own research. I can't hand everything over to you. That's the problem with this generation. I'm going to sound really old. You guys don't do any of your own research. You let the media feed you. You let everybody hand all the answers on a silver platter. You got to go out and look for this stuff. It's going to build character. Sheesh, I am old. Am I just a baby boomer stuck in a what? I was going to say what gender. I'm obviously male. What generation am I? Because that's one of the things is I don't know if I'm a millennial or not. I hope I'm not a millennial. Oh, I would hate that. No offense to millennials. Yeah, I did hear about that podcast thing. It is back. I haven't listened to it for a while, but I should get back to that. Am I going to see Ready Player One? Maybe. Depends on how the reviews are. Hi, Ian Sweeney. What are my thoughts on Say Goodnight, Kevin? I like his stuff. I just wish he'd do more Christian-based stuff that for like kids, because those are usually the funnier ones to make fun of, and those are usually his better videos. Was Bible Man Wants Your Donut based off a real life event? Kind of. So it was my, I think, 17th birthday. We weren't really doing very much, so we went to the town square, Alfonso and I, and we got these coupons for buy one get one free on donuts, and we did that. And we'd watched Bible Man the previous night and just laughed up a storm, and that was what we were talking about the whole day because it's Bible Man, of course. We're going into the business, and for Christian children's shows. So we need to talk about them all. And of course, when rediscovering Bible Man and how hilariously bad it is, why not talk about it a bit? And then one thing led to another, and then we just kind of connected the dots, and then the Bible Man Wants Your Donut thing came in. And then it's not going away anytime soon. Is there going to be a lazy center bridge? Not for me, but maybe somebody else. Have I heard what happened to John Chris Felicity? No, what happened? Is he okay? I lost a little respect for the man after Adult Party cartoon, which I'm thinking of remaking that TV talk. I mean, the one I did was good, but I stutter way too much in that, and I think that might be part of why I got so many dislikes on that. But I could have gone into way more detail now that I've seen all the unaired ones, even Naked Beach, which I had my friend censor because personally I don't like looking at that kind of stuff. I'm just not that kind of guy. What's my opinion on The Secret Life of Pets? It's Toy Story but with animals and less funny. That's basically it. I haven't liked any Illumination Pictures movie with the exception of Despicable Me, which I found the first one to be pretty good. I haven't liked any of their other stuff, especially not the Lorax. And I'm not too fond of what they've got coming up. Oh boy, no, the chat's going out of control. Come on, no, scroll down, scroll down. There we go. Scroll down. Oh, no, I was trying to read one. No, stop it. Stop chat. Okay, keep asking things. It's just that I can't. It won't navigate. What are my thoughts on Buck Denver? Ask what's in the Bible. I've never actually seen it, but I have. Well, I have seen it. I just haven't seen it in full. Uh, but I do think it's pretty good. It's not necessarily for me, but it is definitely pretty good. Favorite donut: Bavarian cream or apple fritter. Bill Clinton's favorite. Please don't compare me to Bill Clinton. Uh, it's okay. Welcome to the land of nothing. Yes, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point V. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Just go ahead and put in not safe for work warning before it, just in case. I don't know what happened. Is it another one of those hashtag Me Too things? Because if it is, that really wouldn't surprise me. What's my opinion on open season? Nah, I don't have an opinion. Ever did any collabs with anybody? Not necessarily collab. I've had guest stars. I tried doing this one with this one guy, but that never came through. I did a couple appearances in some other people's videos, and then that certain ex of mine I talked about in How Avenue Q Saved Me, which I advise all of you to go see. That is a very important video of mine, not just explaining some history of what was going on with the channel, but also some life lessons I think you guys could really learn, especially some of you younger folk out there who are about to get into the dating scene. I think that video has been deleted, but if any of you manage to track it down, which I highly advise you don't, because if you do, I really don't want you guys attacking this person at all. More information is in Avenue Q video. But yeah, Oh, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, you can tell by the tone of my voice I'm extremely uncomfortable. Wouldn't every video Alfonso's in a part of collaborations? Well, he was a part of my channel first before he became Mainline Engine 112. So, not necessarily. Suppose that younger girls come straight towards you. What do I do? It depends, because well, it really depends on the situation. Uh, is it a forceful thing? Is it a romantic thing? Do I have a gun? Where am I? Give me a little bit more. What's my opinion on Barnyard? I didn't like the movie. I liked the first season of the show. Actually, thank you, George Robertson. You actually reminded me because I was going to do a video on that. I completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me, actually. Wow. Um, so yeah, I like the first season because it kind of reminds me of Rocky and Bullwinkle, those Jay Ward productions. Very fast paced, very quirky, very random, very funny. But then the second season, something happened to it, and it got overly like that. It tried it. It's like it knew what it did, and it tried to rip off itself. It kind of got really toned down. Oh, bye, Red Elastic 98. Have a good time. Hope you can watch the rest of this live stream. So yeah, I got to talk about that more in greater detail. Thank you. Favorite kind of soda. I love Barks root beer. Barqs, I think it's pronounced. I love that stuff. But aside from that, I'm kind of a Coke person. What are my thoughts on first-person shooter? It really depends on them. I think the market is really flooded, but they're okay. My biggest fear is losing those that are close to me. I hate that. Oh, it's that's my biggest fear. The other one, I can't say because it's politically charged, and I know you guys don't want to hear that. That's why I try to keep politics as out of this as much as possible, unless you guys explicitly ask to hear it. Geez, I can't talk today. What's my favorite, least favorite Disney movie? I really like Aladdin. I really like Hunchback. I think that's Alfonso's favorite too. I also like the Black Cauldron. Black Cauldron, I think, is really underrated. Least favorite, Zootopia. It's not my least favorite. It's just my most overrated, and I've talked about that in the live stream before. How that actually does more harm for civil rights than it does good. But least favorite, I really don't like The Rescuers. I think it's really boring. So yeah, that one probably. What do we have planned next on Fantastic Fictioners? Well, you'll just have to wait and see, won't you? But I will tell you this, Clemens Productions. Loving Too Much Iowa, the guy who wrote Arnold's Big Day and Game Grump's Big Day Out, he actually is really mad at us for reviewing those, and we're actually in the middle of a feud right now. We're going to make a video about that pretty soon. So that's coming up soon. That will be the next one. We never reveal fan fictions ahead of time, but we will tell you that we are going to have to talk about that because he's getting very hostile. Ian Sweeney, do you remember when I gave a shout out? Yes, I do, and I appreciate it very much. Favorite, least favorite Pixar movie? It was Inside Out, but I saw Coco, and that blew my mind. That was fantastic. I don't know who was saying that in the previous live stream to go see it, but it was great. Whoever they were talking it up, and they were exactly right. And I think that I am replacing Inside Out on my favorite movies list with that. Speaking of that movie list, I'm thinking of remaking that list because there are a lot of movies now that I have seen since then that I really, really like and want to switch out. Opinion on Pingu, I never really liked it. Even as a kid, Alfonso and I would watch it, and we would watch it and just make fun of it. Like it's kind of like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing where he and I would just dub over what Pingu was saying. Granted, none of the stuff is funny now because it's only funny as kids. But yeah, I never really cared for or watched it. What is my opinion on dumb W's? I don't know what that is. So yeah. And yes, the light and dark stuff will be ending really soon. So if you guys want to audition for that, you better get your audition tapes in by Sunday. Actually, no, it's Monday. Sorry, you better send your audition tapes in Monday because we're starting the casting process right now. So go ahead. Favorite and least favorite DreamWorks movie? Favorite? Shrek 2 is hilarious. I haven't seen it in so long. I actually think I'm going to go see that tonight because I know it's on Netflix, which I don't have Netflix, but Matt does, and I can use his account. So, ha. Least favorite. I haven't seen all their stuff. I think the most recent DreamWorks movie I've seen, let's see. And I'm not counting Aardman as DreamWorks, by the way. Those are actually DreamWorks movies. By the way, I love Aardman, so Wallace and Gromit also would be a good one. Let's see, what do we got here? The last DreamWorks movie in theater okay, so Captain Underpants. Okay, so that's not as far back as I thought. But the last one I saw aside from that was Mr. Peabody Sherman. I really want to see Kung Fu Panda 3, but I haven't seen it for a while. Captain Underpants was really good, though, although I wouldn't put that as my favorite. Least favorite. Shark Tale. I don't like Shark Tale at all. Even as a kid, I didn't really like it. So, yeah, that's probably it. What's my opinion on the VeggieTales live show? Never actually saw one. None ever came to my town. Clones Productions, don't worry. Loving Too Much Iowa, we have found out is only 14, so we can take it. We aren't angry at all. We're very passive. I mean, we're adults. We can handle this. He can't, so be more worried for him. He's very fragile, as we have found. We have told him, hey, it's okay, and he gets mad at that. He gets very angry. Any VeggieTales Live Reloaded episodes we're planning on doing? Yes, we are planning on doing a lot. The next one will be coming out around May. And Billy Willie, I don't know if he's here. He's going to be looking over the script to make sure it's good, because the next one we're doing is Macbeth, and then after that is Avenue Q. We're actually doing it. And then after that, you'll just have to simply wait and see. But don't worry, they are coming. And the only reason that they've been so sluggish lately is because we only recorded 3 for the school year. And so we can't really do them in the meantime. But in the summer, we're going to stock up. Then when we get back to college, it's all working on our show. And that is going very well. I hope you guys enjoyed Gary Platter 3. Sorry that took so long. We actually ended up re-recording it because the footage was lost. And don't worry, we will film a new intro. And yeah, I didn't know that disappeared until the day of. I don't know, Zario. VeggieTales is famous for one thing, and that's just sticking around no matter what. However, I have a feeling that we're going to be the nail in the coffin for them if they're still around by the time we come out, which will probably be in 5 years. If they're still around, I think we might be the thing that does them in. Oh, I won't rank the Pixar movies, but I will describe them in what I think of them. Okay, so I'll do that. What kind of animation type are we doing? Hopefully we're going to do 2D, kind of a Gravity Falls looking, although not that high budget, unfortunately, because that animation was really good. So it's going to be hard to recreate that. In my opinion, what's worse, Teen Titans Go or VeggieTales in the House? They're pretty much both the same. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say, but yeah, they're pretty much the same. Excuse me for a sec. Okay, I'm back. What's my opinion on the Rio movies? Haven't seen them, don't really plan on it. They don't really look like anything that I would like. They just kind of look like pandering kids' movies, and that seems like what a lot of Blue Sky is. Hang on, let's see. Blue Sky movies. Because I want to make a statement, but I don't know if it's true. Blue Sky Studios, let's see what movies you guys have. Let's see. Yeah, the only Blue Sky movie that I like is the Peanuts movie. Robots is the second best, but I only think that's okay. Just okay. The only other one I like is the Peanuts movie. Basically, if you go on Wikipedia and then organize them from the most money or the least money they make, wow, over to the most money that they make for the gross. That's basically my favorites. So that'd be Peanuts movie, Robots, Epic, Ferdinand, Horton Hears a Who, Ice Age Collision Course, Rio 2, Ice Age Meltdown, Ice Age Continental Drift, and Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs. The only ones I haven't seen are Rio 2, and Ferdinand, but those are from what I can gather would be the ones that I would like in order. Yeah, Peanuts movie was great. Peanut Cut the Rope, never played it. That was a little past my time. So yeah, anything else you guys have? Here's a question on my behalf. What state do you guys live in? This is mostly because I'm just out of curiosity. Don't tell me the town, just the state, because we're looking for some states to put into the letters for the VeggieTales Live Reloaded. We're doing one for our Avenue Q. We already did that one. So let's see. What state do you guys live in? Hey, Alzario, you and I are both Texas. Ooh, Clemens, Utah, awesome. How's Evan McMullen doing? Ooh, Pennsylvania, Lee Fraser. Illinois, Sparky the Dog. Oh, my boss actually lives in Illinois. That's cool. Oh, welcome to Netherlands. You're Canadian. Cool. Welcome to the States. No, that's not a Canadian accent. That's Indian. That's not even close. I'm Mapu. Ooh, George Robertson, you're also Canadian. Cool. So we got some New York, Texas. I kind of biased towards Texas. There's New York. Awesome. Oh, NBC Magnitude. Obviously, oh, sorry, I looked at the next one. Obviously, Moose Lake. I wish I was from Moose Lake. Actually, Matt's from Minnesota, so I know that's where Duluth is, but still. Ooh, you're from Iowa. That's cool. What fruit, vegetable are you surprised VeggieTales has not yet used? Broccoli. They haven't really used that. It's in their theme song. I know I missed some up here. Let me go back and check. M&Ms or Skittles. Depends on what kind of M&M, but in general, M&M. Let's see. What's my opinion on the Little House That Stood? Probably the most pandering and kidified episode of VeggieTales. Do not like it at all. Let's see. Favorite VeggieTales character? Mr. Nezer, for sure. So that's one of the reasons why I got so, for lack of a better word, triggered when he got replaced. We'll just have to see if he comes back. What zoo have I been to? Let's see. Woodland Park Zoo. Let's see. I don't know the names of any. So, what's my opinion on the 2012 Little Pet Shop series? Never seen it, but if it's like Friendship is Magic, I'll probably have the same opinion. Good show, just not for me. Do you think McDonald's will take over the world? No, Disney will, obviously. I thought I saw some broccoli extras in VeggieTales in the House. Like anyone's ever going to stick around to watch that show. What would your reaction be if both Mr. Ness and Nick Beast would be in the same episode? It'd basically be how Mung Dahl describes meeting your past self in Chowder. Just the whole fabric of the reality would just cease to exist and everything would just be destroyed. That's probably it. Let's face it, nobody wants that guy to come back. Even Rob Paulson. What would I think if it happened if VeggieTales was bought by a different studio? It would make no difference. VeggieTales is already doomed at this point. Because they're owned by DreamWorks, as soon as that happened, there's no chance of saving them. If they're owned by a big business like that, they're done for. That's one of the reasons why when Alfonso and I do our show, no buyouts under any circumstance, because we do not want that to happen. What if I were a veggie? What one would I be? Zucchini. That way, I could be most like Mr. Nezer. Plus, I've kind of got that burly image. I'm not buff, but you guys have seen me. Water. It does the body good. Yeah, I still have to avoid bankruptcy, but don't worry. This is going to sound a little blasphemous, but this makes more sense in business terms. Me, myself, and Bob is our business Bible. We know exactly what to do. We've talked to people in the industry too. We've reached out to some big idea people. That's how we got some of this information. Not that Phil's coming back, but some of the stuff on the older stuff is because we've gotten some stuff like that. Like ever since the 4Kids Fox Box thing, I've started reaching out to some more people. Very few have actually gotten back to me, but still, yeah. So we kind of know some of the stuff not to do. What's my opinion on Parappa the Rapper? Never played it, but whenever Christian Weston Chandler talks about it, it's hilarious. Kick, punch, it's on the mind. If you guys don't know who Christian Weston Chandler is, if you guys are over the age of 15, I'd say check him out. He is so funny because, well, he's not trying to be funny. Oh, okay. I just looked up John Kricfalusi. What's going on here? Oh. Okay, so I just found out what Welcome to Land of Nothingness was talking about with John Kricfalusi. Yep, not surprised. I always, to be honest, this is going to seem kind of pretentious, but I always had the feeling John Kricfalusi was kind of a sleaze. I mean, if you listen to him talk on some of the adult party cartoon stuff, specifically Stimpy's Pregnant or Naked Beach Frenzy, because like I said, I've looked over some of the stuff in preparation for the remake that may happen. He really does kind of have a perverted mind, especially some of the stuff he's done, but the way he carries himself and the way he talks, I'm not surprised. Just like how I'm not surprised with Dan Schneider either. Have I ever heard of a YouTube named Arlo? He has come up in my recommended, but I've never clicked on him. Opinion on Star Wars Battlefront 2 by EA. Don't care about it. I probably will never play it. I'm sticking with the original one. What's my opinion on the Box Trolls? It's my least favorite Leica movie, but I do like it. To be fair, though, I really, really, really like Coraline and Kubo. So, and Paranorman is still really good, but yeah, that's kind of it's a tough one to follow. Describe my dream house. Uh, in a southern state, because I really like the South. Texas has made me become enamored with the South. And Texas is the South. I don't care what anyone says, just like how Florida technically is. Uh, uh, Lots of grass, no like rocks or anything, because there's like a lot of rock lawns out here in Arizona. Kind of brick outside, a small room probably in the basement for me to do my own personal stuff like office, and then other than that, just anything that can house a family properly, because that is what I intend to do someday. Raise a good next generation. Sleaze. Let's see. You want to know what sleaze means? I'm going to look up the Merriam-Webster definition. An immoral or corrupt person or manner, especially in the world of business or politics. So basically just an unkempt, untrustworthy guy. Do you think there will be a live stream where you and Alfonso are together? Absolutely, yes. What is VeggieTales episode that you don't like? But wait, oh no, it just got cut off. What is the VeggieTales episode that you don't like but don't hate at the same time? So are you saying? I'll answer this when you answer this one again. Are you saying like the one I have the least opinion about? Like it's just kind of there. The most, it's just there. Is that what you're asking? Clemens Productions. When you respond to that, I'll answer. Oh, welcome back. No, I'm trying to read your name. Right, Elastic 98. Hello, welcome back. What's my opinion on the silly song Superhero? It's okay. Okay, yes, the one that I have the most nothing opinion about. Let's see. List of VeggieTales episodes. Because there's actually quite a few that I have just kind of none over. Let's see. No opinion. These are the ones that I have no opinion on. But well, it's I have an opinion on all of them, a strong opinion. But these are the ones that are just kind of the most there to me, and then from these I can determine that. Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed is just kind of there. I have explained why in the past. The Wonderful World of Autotainment has slowly become more like that for me as I watch it more because the biggest problem for me is that it was marketed as an actual episode, not just a song compilation thing. So that is why it was on my list. And had it been marketed differently, I would say that that was different. Duke of the Great Pie War is also on that list. Let's see, I'm scrolling down. Eight and the Amazing Promise. Uh, Robin Good, and Veggies in Space. Those are the ones I'd probably say Duke and the Great Pie War or Veggies in Space. Duke and the Great Pie War just because nothing special happens in it, and then Veggies in Space because it tries so hard to recreate the Are You My Neighbor success but fails, but that's the only thing of note. I have a group on Skype called the Veggie Beat Podcast. I was wondering if you'd like to join. Maybe. I'll think about it. Thoughts on Josh the Big Wall? Really like it. It's one of those where when you learn the behind the scenes thing, you really start to learn more appreciation about it. Like as a kid, I never got the French P jokes because they're all Monty Python stuff. And then there was also the really like how Larry wasn't there. I didn't know that as a kid. Let's see, what episodes from VeggieTales that you and Alfonso have separate opinions over? I don't know. We usually have the same opinions on all of them, actually, because Alfonso and I disagree with like almost nothing. So actually, we were thinking about doing a brief little podcast video where we go over our opinions on all the episodes, but we'll just have to see, and you'll have to find out from there. Because to be honest, I don't. I think we agree on all of them. Actually, it's just that I think we like our top 10 is like slightly different, but they all do consist of the same ones. It's kind of like that. Like where number 5 and number 8 would switch, or number 3 and number. Actually, no, I know our top 3 is the same for sure, but you get what I'm saying, right? We basically agree on all of them. That's one of the reasons why we're going to definitely be working in a team because we're basically kind of the same person. Let's see, I missed some up here. Where are we going? Do I know that Chris Evans is going to be done playing Captain America after Avengers 4? To be honest, this is going to sound mean. I do not care. I don't like Marvel movies at all. I know Black Panther's supposed to be great, but after Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I went, yep, I'm done. I don't care. I don't like this stuff. The only Marvel movies I really did like were the first Iron Man, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Deadpool. That's it. Are there parodies of stories that you would like to see VeggieTales cover? Yes, and we will be doing them in Live and Reloaded. I can promise you that. What's my opinion on Celery Knife Lever? You've asked me this many, many times. Do I have a Discord account? No, I don't, but Matt does. And he's been trying to convince me to get them. And I might. Have I seen the Jimmy Neutron demo, Johnny Quasar? Yes, and I am very, very glad that Jimmy Neutron moved on from that because that doesn't look quite good. I heard that the Wii Shop channel is closing its doors next year. It is? Oh well, I guess that kind of makes sense because of the Switch, but still, that's kind of sad. Have I ever broken anything but my hand? I did break my small toe on my foot, like the small pinky toe on my right foot, but it was a very small fracture. So that it healed in like 2 days, and I didn't even really have to do anything about it. See, I broke those 2 fingers in my hand, like you mentioned. Did I? I could have sworn I broke something else. No, I think that's it actually. I've lived a good life. It's mostly just scrapes and burns that I've gotten. Because I used to get hurt a lot as a kid because I used to like jumping off of stuff. I was a lemming, but yeah, I was gonna say smarter, but I don't know. I was a pretty out there kid. Okay. Okay. Welcome back. Let's see. Agreed, Elzario. The market is completely closed, and also the publisher that we're going to get an appointment with. They're desperate to find a new VeggieTales competitor, so we're hoping to put our foot in the door first. What lessons would you like to see Big Idea cover? Again, we'll be doing those. You'll just have to see. Because remember, Live and Reloaded only goes by the ones that they've already done. Picture this: Deadpool based LNR. Maybe we'll see. I did not on the movie, not at all. The movie not at all. Although we have done things like Avenue Q and Futurama, but yeah. Thoughts on the Switch? I like it. Alfonso loves it. He's played it way more than me because he's more of a gamer than I am. He is right now obsessed with Kid Icarus, and he is convincing me to try it. What's my opinion of Sherlock Holmes? One of the last truly good ones that really reminisces with the old stuff. And funny enough, that's the last one that was released on VHS, and I have it. It's really hard to find too. So if you guys have it on VHS, you got a good collector's item. Not as classic as the first 500 that were released, but still. Thoughts on Toys R Us being closed? It's sad, but it had to happen. Those kind of stores are going away because of things like Amazon or eBay. Plus, Toys R Us is super overpriced. Thoughts on the Deadpool 2 trailer? Looks awesome. Looks hilarious. There's a reason stop motion hasn't been used because Christian animation doesn't get funded very well, and stop motion is the most expensive kind of animation. That's why there's only like 2 studios in America that do it. One of them being Leica, which is a subsidiary of Universal now, I think. Oh, that's right, David and Goliath. Well, that's more specifically Lutheran, which I know is Christian, but still, it's a I don't know. They teach some weird things on that show. My parents didn't like me watching it because some episodes could be a little weird. Can I sing you guys a song? Not right now because my voice is not in a good condition, but maybe in another live stream. Which movie would you prefer, Emoji Movie or Sausage Party? I haven't seen Sausage Party, but I know I prefer the Emoji Movie. As much as I hated that, I've heard stories about Sausage Party, man. Stories that I wish to take as word of God and just leave them be because I've heard, especially that ending. We all know that ending. Oh my gosh. Ah, got the bug. Okay. Have I read any VeggieTales books? Yeah, my dad would actually read me a couple as a kid, like how many veggies I would get on a boat or something, Pond Grapes, Shapes, a lot of those educational ones. That's my opinion on Maya the Bee. Don't know what that is. Oh, Elzari, do not go with Lyric Studios. They are a bunch of con people. Remember, they tried to sue Big Idea because they wanted to get somebody else. They will do nothing for you and then will take all your money. They're one of the first dominoes that started falling in the Big Idea collapse. Hang on, just a sec. I'll be right back. Keep asking things. I'll come right back to it. Sorry about that, guys. Just something I kind of had to do. If you could provide me a list of the educational books against Sweeney, then I can rank them. Have I ever heard of Mr. Bogus? I have not. Oh, Elzario, be careful. Hit is even worse. If you think I can go on about presidents, I can, but there's a lot of people I know that can go on about Hit. Alfonso, Cayman, one of my friends over here, Kylie, a lot of people I know. I know you don't know who those guys are, but yeah, they have a really bad rep. Actually, Kyle, one of my friends, one of my subscribers, Kyle Durman. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I think you might be watching, actually. Are you? Can anybody see a Kyle Durman in here? But so, anyways, Kyle Durman, that guy, he suggested we do a Thomas one, and Alfonso said yes instantly because he knows uh, about all the bad things they've done. Like Thomas is just a social justice warrior show now. Not kidding. Opinion on Bob's Burgers. My ex-girlfriend, not the crazy one, the one I just broke up with uh, a couple about a month ago. She really liked it, so I kind of can't watch it now for just at least a little bit. It's an okay show. How Many Veggies, Junior's Colors, Pod Grape Shapes, Bob and Larry's ABCs. I remember I liked Archibald's Opposites and Time for Tom a lot. Pod Grape Shapes. Those two were the ones I liked a lot. How Many Veggies was good. I liked all of them as a kid. The only one I don't remember is Bob and Larry's ABCs. That's the only one I don't remember. Okay, Kyle Durman is not here. I thought I saw him, but and it's Cayle, Kyle Durman. So it might be Kale Durman. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I'm definitely going to try to play it safe. Yeah, be very careful. A Jelly Telly. Somebody up here suggested a Jelly Telly. It'd be awesome to work with Phil Bishop. The thing is, Jelly Felly, that's not a thing. Jelly Telly is very underfunded. So it'd be a little dangerous to go with them. I mean, if Phil would help me out, that'd be awesome, but be very careful because they're more of a like a Netflix, well, not a Netflix type thing. They're more of a YouTube type thing, so it wouldn't really gain that much of revenue. So what else do you guys say? What are my thoughts on the Adventures of Odyssey? I think I've been asked this a lot, but I'll answer this again. Very good. I never watched it too much, but from what I have seen, it is very good. What are my thoughts on JJ the Jet Plane? I remember liking it as a kid, but as of now, I remember absolutely nothing about it. But from the pictures I've seen, it's definitely not something I'm going to want to go back and watch. Yes, I have cracked the number code on Song of the Cebu. It says Aunt Ruth lives. Something wrong with my nose? Yes, slightly. I'm a little congested. It just happened for the last 10 minutes, though. I can feel it's clearing up a little bit. So if, like I said, if my voice sounds a little weird, I'm a little sick. At least I know it's not allergies though, because Arizona doesn't get that very many allergies. All the stuff just burns up before it comes in on entry. Do you ever listen to Mr. Henry's something cassettes? No, I never did. I don't really know what that is. Uh, our show might overshadow a lot of the others. That's definitely a compliment. But hey, maybe you could come work for us when we get strong enough. We'll see. Because the Christian media is very competitive. You either make it or you don't. And a lot of shows, Black women, don't. So yeah. Have I ever thought of doing TV talks on Garfield and Friends Adventures from the book Virtues or Yu-Gi-Oh? Only the first one. I haven't seen the other two. Well, actually, no, I have seen Yu-Gi-Oh, but I kind of talked about that in the 4Kids thing. Never heard of the middle one. Garfield and Friends. Yes, I am going to do that another day. I do have allergies. I'm allergic to Benadryl. That will cause me to break out in horrible hives. And oh, that's a nightmare. And then grass pollen. What is my opinion on the movie Space Gyms? Don't like it. And opinion on very silly songs. It's just a silly song compilation. Probably the best of the compilation ones because you know, and the silliness that's not very good. Wonderful World of Autotainment, don't like that one. And then the Jonah one doesn't technically count because it was only in production for a brief time, but still. No matter what, though, no compilation could be as embarrassing as Twas the Night Before Easter or Sweet Pea Beauty, which I think it was Welcome to the Land of Nothingness. I think it might have been you who uploaded that 1 second from every VeggieTales episode video. And the one that was picked in there for Sweet Pea Beauty perfectly defines the whole episode, where Madame Blueberry is talking and then the mirror just grows in size randomly. That is inexcusable. One of my favorite Rankin Bass specials. To be honest, I don't like Rankin Bass. The only one that I will watch is Little Drummer Boy because of the music. Other than that, I don't like it. What's my opinion on the Tale of Despero? Haven't seen it in years. I remember we didn't like it when we saw it, my whole family, but that was so long ago. I actually didn't even really remember that existed. And if any of you guys are wondering on VeggieTales Abridged, that should be coming out pretty soon. I know it's been a while since there's been an episode, but yeah, it'll be coming out. If I were to rewrite Twas Night Before Easter, how would I do it? I'd make it take place during Christmas. I'd make Bob and Larry the main characters. I'd make it about them trying to put on a play to show London how to love. But there's another one that's going on at the church that is actually going to teach London to love, and it's the Christmas story. So then they keep trying to build it up so that the crown prince can come while their crazy inventor friend has his rocket car. And I think you know where I'm going. How would I rank the Land Before Time films? The first one, and then all the other ones at the bottom. Simple as that. Yeah, Sweet Pea Beauty. I actually, if I were to make the worst episodes list now, I'd put that as a tie with Autotainment, probably, because, yeah, that's bad. And actually, the part that angers me the most is the Snoodlerella part, because Snoodle's Tale, I Still Stand By, is a pretty beautiful story with a lot of emotion. But they ruin it. Like you get to see the Snoodle creator. The animation looks terrible. The rhymes are horrible. It doesn't have any of that emotion or creativity. It's just Cinderella with Snoodles. I hate it. I hated it. Oh, why didn't I put that on my worst list? What would you suggest if someone who wants to voice in your VTA show who's unsure if they can keep up with the schedule? Don't worry, there's no schedule. Trust me. All you need to do is, I'll usually say, okay, send in your lines by, so today's March 30th. So I'll say, like, send in your lines by April 12th. And then we send it over to the editor. And then when the editor comes back from his trip in the abyss, the episode finally comes out. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. And then you just got to private message me voice thing. And then, yeah, we'll see from there. What's worse than all those things? Lots of things, George Robertson. Lots of things are worse than those. Have you heard of the VeggieTales personalized CDs? Yeah, I've actually seen a couple of those. I think I might have missed something up here. Oh no, I didn't miss anything. I caught them all, I think. So let's see. What else do you guys have? How would you feel if the audition were done in Audacity? As long as it sounds clear. That's the only thing. One of the two reasons I usually reject people are that their voices aren't clear, like they're all muddled because of the microphone not being good, and that they don't stick, or that they just don't really have any demonstration. There's this one I got from this one kid uh, he auditioned for some roles. Not only were the voices indistinguishable, that alone was bad, but the mic quality was atrocious. And basically, his auditions just amounted to 4 words. Like he auditioned for the Rumor Weed, and his only line that he said was, "I'm a talking weed," and that was it. How long ago was episode one in development? Let's see. It started before episode 10, actually. So I think it was like a year and 2 months. It was a long time, but oh, oh, sorry, Cave Cat. How's your grandpa doing? Is he okay? Hi, Lennon Dash. Is your grandpa okay? Let's see. How many times have I seen Jonah? Too many to count. Way too many to count. Clemens Productions, I don't know what that is. What's your opinion of the Ratchet and Clank movie? Haven't seen it, heard it's not very good. And don't worry, Ozario, I know that wasn't you. I don't know if you sent in an audition before, but that one kid, I don't think he's subscribed anymore. I can definitely tell he has some stuff. That's all I'll say. Seems like a nice kid though. It's just that he wasn't very good, and he certainly didn't take. No, that's a different kid. There's another kid who auditioned for. I know these people are for sure not subscribed because. So let me just go over this real quick, and then I'll get back to your stuff. Go ahead and keep sending in stuff in the meantime. He auditioned for some anime character that I've never heard of for VeggieTales Abridged. I think he was going for that thing like where I had Grunkle Stan in one or where I have a bunch of random characters pop up. I think that's what he was going for, but this is before I started doing that. I think this was the only time I did that was with Grunkle Stan, and that was just for one time. Because he auditioned for his character. I'm trying to remember the name. I don't remember what it was. It was from some baseball anime. It was like Kuraimon or something. Uh, but he auditioned for it. The audition was okay, but that's not a character. And then he auditioned for the Fib later, and then he did not get it. I think we all know who got the Fib, and he did a very, very, very good job. Both, and actually, yeah, I think he is in the next episode too, because the Fib does make a return in the Josh and the Big Wall VeggieTales Abridged. And then he was very devastated, and I think he unsubscribed from that kid. But that's okay. You know, the important part about auditioning is I've learned this too. If you don't get the role, that's okay. It's never anything personal unless they explicitly tell you usually. And especially from me, it's never personal. It's never personal when I say that. And even when I say no, go ahead and keep practicing and try again. If you can improve your craft a little bit and send it in, sure, go ahead. I don't know who, but I know I've rejected somebody, and then like a year later they came back, sent in a different audition tape, and I loved it, and I gave them a spot. I think it was for the Loud House musical, actually, which I'm writing another one, not for YouTube, not for YouTube to send. This one I'm just writing in my spare time, and it's a Lorax one. Let's see. Now let's take a look at what you guys have said because I've droned on for too long. I prefer Windows as an operating system, but I have an iPhone because I have so many songs and shows and I can't transfer them away. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm stuck. What's my opinion on the silly song from Beauty and the Beast? I actually don't remember what it is. What were to happen if Alfonso were in VeggieTales Abridged? He might be someday, actually. We were talking about that just the other day. All right, so what else do you guys have to say? I don't know what Donkey Ollie is. All I know is that it was really weird in those reviews that I've seen. What's my opinion on McLaren the Sticky Cheese battle? I haven't seen that one in a while. It's the one out of all the episodes, the one I remember the least, but I remember being okay. Like nothing great, nothing bad. I do have an opinion on it, and it's that like some stuff really works and some stuff really doesn't, but it ultimately boils down to just being kind of a centrist opinion. I'm gonna go now. Have a good Easter at Clemens Productions. Bye. Okay, I'm still here. Don't worry, I'm still here. How big of a team do I have for main show currently? There's me, Alfonso, Matt. We have two artists on board. an editor, and so far we've also got one other person on board. So it's like a team of 6/7. Favorite Beatles song? That's tough. Probably Money Can't Buy Me Love. I know it's a little cliche, but I really love that song. Yellow Submarine's pretty good. I Am the Walrus, of course, it's great. A lot of their music's good, but I haven't heard it in a while, which is a shame because it's, of course, they're great. They're bigger than Jesus, man. No, not really. So what else do you guys have to say? I do not understand what you're saying, Sparky the Dog. I do not get it. Is that a reference to something? I don't know. Peter Rabbit. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust Sony Pictures Animation, so I'm probably not going to see it. Oh, I'm gonna go check something. Keep asking stuff, but I need to go see something. Let's see. Is it still here? Ha 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 ha. Is it? I need to know. I need to know. It's got no. Stupid computer. No. Stop fighting me. Okay, this should tell me. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's still up. Okay, so you know that video I said that was that kind of crossover slash collab? It's still up. Still up. I don't know why, but it's still here. Oh boy. Like I said, I'm not linking any of you guys to that. It was a very uncomfortable time. So let's see. What are my thoughts on Chicken Little? Hate it. Hate the movie. Uh, let's see. Did you know I was born back in the Silly Song Expedition? No, because I don't know how old you are. Let's see. Are my hype for Incredibles 2? Yes, but cautiously. Because it does not look as good, but I am still excited. And what I was talking about, like I said, was that collab video that I did with Crazy. Or I shouldn't say Crazy, but you know what I'm saying, right? And I did with you know who back. Like I said, watch Avenue Q. Yeah, How Avenue Q saved me for more information. What are my thoughts on Harvey Beaks? Very good. Should not have gotten the shaft that early. What are my thoughts on Wallace and Gromit? I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember really liking it as a kid. Okay, bye. We're gonna learn nothingness. Hope you had a good time. Do you agree that SpongeBob episode Palmagary is absolutely terrible? Yes, although not the worst. I do agree that it is absolutely terrible. I enjoyed it instantly. This is that as a kid. Is that bad? Not at all. Not at, everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. Opinion on planes. Planes are good. They help you get to other areas. I'm just kidding. The movie, never saw it. We're like better, Satimaj or Maya. Depends on which episode we're talking about. What do you think of Teen Titans Go to the movies? Not going to see it. Do not want to waste my time. I hate Teen Titans Go, and I do not want to support anything they're doing. That's why I haven't talked about it since it first came out. And that episode where Alfonso and I talked about the worst things we've done, or that we've reviewed. After that, I'm not giving them any more attention because that's just what they want. Yes, theater arts definitely does help you get better at acting. It helped me for sure. So go into that if you want, because that will definitely help you. Have I ever thought of redoing some of my older videos? Well, kind of. Not any of those skit videos like Leo Norms. I'm never doing any of those again. Never, 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 never. But some of my old reviews, like reviews, those horrible ones where I was wearing the black coat and the black hat, yes, only as TV talks. And yeah, that's essentially it. Do I remember Leo Norms? Sadly, yes, I do. What are my opinion on the Lego movies? I've only seen the first Lego movie and I thought it was great. Bye, Ian Sweeney. I know you're probably gone by this point, but bye. Any more food videos? Yes, just not right now. They will come soon. And also more watching videos too. Yes, you are a superstar warrior, Wootdo Creations. Yes, you are. Leo Norms is not the best anime. Sparky the Dog. It is horrible. Okay, so yeah, it's time to tell you guys what exactly was going on for those kind of videos. So I was really young when they were made. Leo Norms was certainly an idea. So basically, the history of the channel is me and the guy who made Leo Norms were going to make the channel, and Alfonso was on for the ride for some parts. He didn't really have much of an opinion on YouTube at the time, but he was on for some areas, as you can see him in some of the older videos, which young Alfonso admittedly looks a lot like older Alfonso. Like the "he stole my chair" video for unexpected scenarios. So we were just gonna make a bunch of stupid skits and then upload them and then hope we get big off of that. And then that's actually where the TAS name comes from, is because that was our names combined. Those were our names. Uh, Obviously, the T was my name. And no, Alfonso's name is not actually Alfonso. It doesn't start with an A. So that's how the TAS Productions name came. And then 454, I don't know where that came from. Then we took 454 off in 2015. But the guy who was the S in the title, the guy who played Leo No Arms and a couple other characters, he left pretty quickly. Because we pre-recorded those videos like a year before any of this stuff happened. And then by the time it was all posted, he decided he didn't want to do it. So it was basically me and Alfonso then, and then just me for a while. And then Alfonso came back on, and now here we are. Oh, NBC making sure you just missed the whole explanation of how this channel got started. Can somebody summarize that for him, please? Hi, DM Hoffland. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Okay, what am my opinion on Storks? Haven't seen the movie. On the subject of watching videos, I like I said, Jimmy, what could we do? I can't. Well, first of all, we never take requests for who watches stuff. That's usually Alfonso and my decision. The Bubsy pilot, maybe. Although Fishtails is probably the next one we're gonna do. You know that one that, or no, Gaither's Pond. Gaither's Pond. That's the one we're gonna probably do next. All right, I'll be right back. I promise. Super fast. Keep asking stuff, and I'll get right back to it. I'll be right back. Do not move. Hey guys. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me from over here? Hello. I'm very far away. Now I'm over here. Sorry about that. President Trump just came by and asked for a cup of sugar, and I told him, "Hey, I don't think you can do that because you can buy your own, and plus, shouldn't you be in Washington D.C.?" And then he got really mad at me, and then he threw a chair at me and Turns out it wasn't President Trump. It was actually Vince McMahon from WWE. And no, VeggieTales Brony, I am not mad at you for liking Teen Titans Go. It does not matter. Your opinion is your opinion. Hi, Candy Kane. Welcome to the thing. Do you think a bridge Larry will eat your soul? He already has several times. Don't worry, Trevor Hutland is a friend of Luke and I. Oh, is his name Trevor as well? That's cool. Somebody here knows my last name though, because when somebody re-uploaded one of my videos, I accidentally put in my full name instead of my YouTube name. So yeah, some of you guys may know my last name now if you guys have clicked on that link. It starts with an L, by the way. But I will not say anything else. Where did I get the idea for the show? Oh boy! So it was January of 2015. Alfonso and I were stuck at a party at church. It wasn't so much of a party. It was just like a social gathering where not much happened. And we were talking about how we had just recently seen VeggieTales in the house because it had just premiered. And we were talking about how much we hated it because we saw the first 3 episodes and we were disgusted. We hated it. So we were just talking about it, and then we said, hey, what we wanted to do originally was work for Big Idea, but because this is the direction they're going, why don't we make our own show? And then we just started talking about it from there. We took some influences from real life. We took some stuff from things we've always wanted to put in a show had we ever made one. And yeah. And then sure enough, we changed half of the premise a year later. So it's the same characters, just in a different premise. But a lot of the stuff is drawn from real life because the funniest stuff does come from real life. And if you guys ever want to know any more specifics about the show, feel free to ask within reason because some stuff we need to keep protected until we can actually patent the show, which we will do, or copyright it. You know what I mean. Okay. Did the link for that just work the second time? Yes. Decadent Pajamas Descent. I don't know. Please tell me how to pronounce that. And you may be getting some good news pretty soon. Wink. I will never get my soul back, Spray the Dogs. Sorry. I lost that. I know what I did. I was a bad person. What do I think of the 2018 Muppet Babies reboot? I have no stock in it. I am so done with reboots. Except for the Roseanne reboot. That was surprisingly good. Do you like Sparta remixes? I haven't really seen enough to have an opinion. What are your thoughts on appearing in a video called Back Wars? That was pretty cool. I mean, it was a little unexpected. I still don't really understand it, but it was kind of cool. What's my opinion on Muppets Most Wanted? I never saw it, but I did see the first one, and I really liked it. Yeah, I do like that too, Alzario. So what else do you guys have to ask? Basically an open book right here. Go ahead, ask me some of those tough questions. Yes, I did get your audition. I actually just got it today. I haven't listened to it yet, but DHM, you know who I'm talking about. I did your audition. I just noticed it today, and I will check it out when this is over. So like I said, I'm an open book. All right, Decadent Pajamas. Okay, cool. But let's see. So what do you guys want to know? I'm an open book right here. Almost any question is on the table. You can go ahead. Stuart Little movies. I've only seen the first one. Haven't seen it in years, so I have no opinion on it. Like I said, let's see. Do you guys have any tough questions? Let's see. It's time you guys really get to know me. And of course, Alfonso will be engaging in one of these at some point in the summer. And it will be great. Yay! Whee! Am I annoying yet? Depending on VeggieTales shipping, depends on who's being shipped. I have a very, very complicated relationship with shipping. How's it feel to be an open book? It's weird because whenever people stop reading me, they just put me down face first on a desk with my spine open. It really hurts. I really wish they'd just close me and put a bookmark in me. I mean, come on, what am I, a library book? Oh, actually, Alzardo, they have switched back to their designs, and I made a video about that. It called "Is VeggieTales Good Again?" I talk about how it's really good that they switched back, but it's not going to save the show. I don't really know much about Imagine Dragons, so I can't answer that question. Sorry. Again, you weren't here when I said this, but you gotta look up for the article on yourself, dude. Hang on. Woo! You gotta keep gotta look up for the article for yourself. Sorry. That's one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make people do work, and they hate that. But I like doing that. Is it entirely vigorous? Yeah, that is true. If Big Idea could be left to their own devices, that'd be great. They'd flourish, but they can't. DreamWorks is too controlling. Uh, woo! Jeez, I could feel that all the way up in my head. Wow. Oh, what? Oh, I just saw something about Phil Fisher. Where was it? Where was it? No, 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 no. Hmm. Really? Hmm. Maybe I got that wrong then. We'll have to see. Because I had heard that he was back on, although that was from one source, so we'll have to see. But even then, if he does come back, and if he doesn't, no matter what, it's not going to save the show. Hi TNRXX, how are you? What's the first time I saw VeggieTales? VeggieTales Brony asks. I don't even remember it, but my dad, no, my mom tells me the story a lot. So Alfonso and I were extremely little, and my dad had picked up a copy of Madame Blueberry. So he put it in for us, and we started watching it. And sure enough, they really liked it. Of course, we were so little that we liked anything, especially something so bright and colorful. But my parents loved it, so that's that. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Phil Fisher isn't back. We'll have to. Whoops, that was a blunder. I guess I misread the thing. I thought he was getting more involved, but I assumed he was writing more. Uh, but yeah, so that's one of the things that Alfonso and I now, having been exposed to that, we've realized that after Dad told us the story, is that we are definitely going to have to target adults just as much, if not more, than kids. Have I read Me, Myself, Bob? It's one of my favorite books. Captain Larry Romanoff needs to have his own episode. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, no, 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 no. Sweet Pea Beauty was, just because DreamWorks wasn't on hold of that doesn't mean Classic Media interfered. Because keep in mind, Classic Media was also owned by DreamWorks at the time. They just had not, directly interfered with Big Idea. Classic Media still interferes. I call that the DreamWorks era because that's when Classic Media was starting to become assimilated in DreamWorks. It wasn't official yet, but they can still be held responsible. I have no idea what you're talking about, TNRXX. Have I seen the new Smash Bros. For Switch? No, but Alfonso has, and he says it looks great. Well, at least I haven't sneezed recently. You think there's any chance that Classic Media's Dream will? No, there's no deal. They own them outright. They had a deal during the time of Sweet Pea Beauty. That's what I'm talking about. But then it's like how Pixar had a deal with Disney, and then they just ended up getting engulfed by Disney. That's what happened to Classic Media with DreamWorks. So there's no question. What country am I from? I'm from the USA. I live in Texas, Arizona, and Washington because it's a long story. But I primarily live in Texas. I go to school in Arizona, but I'm going back to Washington over the summer. Alfonso and I are for one little final go around before Texas forever, baby. What was my favorite, least favorite restaurant? Least favorite is Arby's and McDonald's. I think they're disgusting. And then favorite is Subway because as a college student, I don't really have any money, and there's a Subway on campus, and Subway is like one of the healthiest food options. And then you can do the math from there, can't you? One of my plans for Easter, I'm going over to my aunt and uncle's place. They are the real life Loud House. I am not kidding. They have 11 kids in that house, and most of them are boys. 3 of them are girls, actually. So it's not quite the Loud House, but It is loud, and it is a small house. And I'm going to spend some time with them there. I love them to death. And of course, yes, they are. They actually, a lot of the kids do have the same age as the Loud House. We have a Lori, we've got a Lenny, we definitely have a Lily, Lola, Lana, Lisa. We got a lot of those. Oh my gosh, they are the Loud House. So then what does that make me? Am I Clyde? No, because Clyde's a friend. I don't know. If they have any cousins, I guess that makes me. Have I seen any of the VeggieTales Abridged YTPs? No, actually I haven't. I didn't know there were any. If you could send them over, that'd be great. Do I like Burger King? I haven't had it in a while. I've spent a long time in Washington, and they're not in Washington anymore, I don't think. I mean, it took us until 2014 to get Chick-fil-A, so yeah. When were okay? Let's see. When you were young, when did you first see Into Silliness? I don't remember the first time I saw it. All I remember is my dad said I was freaked out by it. And same with Alfonso. We hated watching it. Okay. I missed a lot up here. Have you ever thought of doing an Easter live reloaded? Yes, we have, but no ideas ever came to mind, especially because, well, Easter Carol did it so perfectly that we kind of can't do it again. The closest thing we're going to get to that is Zyler and Kraz. Do make it in Texas, actually, Elzario. You definitely got to do that. Texas is great. It's very pro business. That's one of the reasons why we're looking at Texas or Tennessee. Oh, hi, Ellie, or I know who you are. Happy Friday. It's been a long time since I heard from you. How's college going? By the way, if you don't know, she and I used to go to school together. So all those horror stories I've told you guys about, she can definitely verify. Has anyone broke your spine because of a book? Yes. I've had to get it replastered so many times. I like my YouTube picture of wherever this is. That's Vanilla Rabbit from Sonic X. I recognize that. Let's see. Oh man, the controls for navigating this chat is very finicky because whenever I try to use the arrow keys, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. No, like there, it did work. Okay. Except for the new Avengers movie. No, I don't like Marvel. Sorry. I like Marvel, just not their movies. What was my opinion on Marcy and Moms? Don't really care for it. Well, don't forget, they're not allowed to use ghosts. That's why they didn't do that for Easter Carol. What is your favorite of Tim Burton's films? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Hands down. I will fight anyone who says it's not good. You remember that hour and 50 minutes video that Alfonso and I did talking about how the new one is better? Yeah, we still stand by that. I also really like Batman Returns. Batman Returns is great. The original Batman, 1989, also great. Yeah, those are my three favorites of his. What was the funniest VeggieTales moment? Oh, do I have to pick just one? As much as I love Jonah, I'd have to say the funniest moment would be in Lyle the Kindly Viking. I'd say all of Omelet. I mean, because I've been in theater, especially, and I know a lot about Shakespeare, so all of it is just triply funny. But I think the funniest part, the part that always gets both me and Alfonso to laugh out loud all the time, is no, I don't want to do it. It's embarrassing. Don't be ridiculous. It's tradition. In Shakespeare's days, all the one's roles are played by men. I think we're going to get letters about this. Scariest VeggieTales moment. The beginning of the end of silliness. I mean, it doesn't scare me now, but yeah. One of my opinions on Cats Don't Dance, I was really excited to see it, but when I saw it, it was just good. Yeah, just good. The music is great, though. Yeah, Cave Cat knows what I'm talking about. But as for me, though, I still really do like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's just that Charlie's miles better. If you guys want to know why, check out that video because I actually used. We didn't use a script, but I took those notes and turned it into a debate for my debate class, and I actually won the debate despite the fact that all the class still favored Willy Wonka. They didn't. None of them really changed their opinions. I think one or two people did. but they all still voted for me as the winner. So that was awesome. Thank you for the impressions compliment. Thank you. Have I seen What's in the Bible? Yes, not as good as VeggieTales, but still good. Yes, the Christian market will hopefully be lucrative. A lot of people say the U.S. is getting more secular. It's not. It's just that the non-believers are definitely getting a lot more vocal, especially with. I don't mean to get too political, but with the left movement trying to silence that, that's certainly a thing. Yeah, the Captain Larry Romanoff one, that scared a couple people I knew. I actually didn't own God Wants Me to Forgive Them when I was younger, so I didn't see it too much. I was mostly just confused about it. What was my favorite part in Tack Shack and Benny? Well, if you're talking about Rag Shack and Benny, probably the original Bunny song, but aside from that, I really like the part where they go into the furnace because I thought that was just really well done, especially for how big the company was back then, or rather how small it was. I felt that was really well done. Yeah, What's in the Bible is really underrated. It's not going on anymore. I think Phil Vischer officially gave up on that because seems like Phil Vischer starts a bunch of projects and then just finishes them when they don't get immediate success. I mean, I love the guy to pieces, but he really needs to stick with a project more. Oh yeah, you're right. God wants me to forget the MVC Mecha Show. Yeah, you're keeping me earnest here. Thank you. Thank you. So what else do you guys have? Remember, basically anything's on the table here. What do you got? Let's see. Who's going to get the most personal here? My money's on that guy, and nobody can tell who I'm pointing to. There's a Slender movie coming out? Why? Oh, wow. I didn't know What's in the Bible went that far. Wow, I actually didn't know it went that far. But it seems like all the stuff after that has definitely been gone really quickly. Like, there's this one with this scientist puppet who did this stuff that only lasted a little bit. Okay, so yeah, the TV episodes of 321 Penguins. I'm going to talk about that another day, just not right here, because that's what I want to get Alfonso on board with. So that'll have to wait till summer. Alzario, that was a joke. Phil Vischer did that as a joke because he was talking about how bad the animation looked. The Winter Solstice Festival is a Buddhist holiday in China where they basically just celebrate the harvest that they have done, and then they offer some of that up to spiritual beings, from the best I can gather. I'm very confused by your question, MVC, but I would be Mr. Nezer. Uh, it's going to be an audio drama. Light and Dark's going to be an audio drama because we don't have any animation. If somebody could animate it, that'd be awesome. But okay, ladies man 21751, welcome by the way. We are also going to talk about that in summer because that is a very important thing. Because as our show gets further and further along, and we're going to talk about it, uh, we're going to start talking about stuff like that. We're going to get transition into more specific stuff about VeggieTales like that. Basically, you need to be careful when you go into secular TV because they edited out a lot of stuff. And while those interstitial segments were funny, they certainly did more harm than good. And I'll talk about that again more in the summer at a later date. Because Alfonso and I, since you guys have seen us, we have been talking a lot about our show, which I know I'm being very vague on it because, again, we need to keep it behind closed doors as possible. You can still ask questions and we'll still answer them. So if you want to ask any questions about our show, go right ahead. It's just we're a little careful. But we're going to be talking to Violet and Dash. See, we're going to be talking a lot about that and really how our show's going to work and all the scientific parts behind it. Because there's going to be a lot that we really need to talk about. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. What VeggieTales universe would we live in? The only VeggieTales universe, because In the House is not real. There is none. There is no In the House. Bob owes Larry a lot of money, by the way. And that's kind of the joke, is you never find out. I wouldn't really care what VeggieTales in the City rating would be. It should just be G for garbage. Because no matter what, it's not going to be any good. No rating could ever make it good. Besides, VeggieTales in the City is just VeggieTales in the House again, just with a different skin. Opinion on Fox and the Hound. Pretty good. It's definitely one that older audiences would enjoy a lot more because it's got a lot more quiet moments, a lot more atmosphere. But it's definitely one of those where you like it as a kid, but you like it a lot more as an adult. Although I didn't grow up with Disney extensively, that is definitely a good one to go back and watch. Oh, I think everyone knows my opinion on Noah's Ark Network was something productions. If you don't know, I think these people will be more than happy to tell you. What are my thoughts on the Brazilian version of VeggieTales? Is that any different than the regular one? I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, I don't see any difference, or at least for these pictures. So I guess it's just another dub. So it's a dub. But I am seeing this horrifying picture of scary, evil Larry from In the House with what looks like a bunch of hamburgers in his mouth. Oh, that's horrifying. Yeah, I'm clicking off of that. Oh, I've already had spring break. I'm sorry. What's your opinion on Mary Larry and the True Light of Christmas? I made a separate video about all the VeggieTales Christmas specials, and that go back and watch that one. You'll find my opinion on that. That's one of the very few ones I still like. Okay, me no Larry. Oh, oh man, wow. This is uh okay. If anybody can find a full episode of this, I can promise you we're gonna do a watch of this, a Bob and Larry watch or Paul Gray Mr. Lunch. So if you guys have links to full episodes of this, we will watch this. Oh man, wow. Favorite Nickelodeon show? Classic SpongeBob or Hey Arnold? It's really hard to determine. I wasn't big on Hey Arnold when I was younger because, again, it's more for older people. But now that I've really gotten reconnected with it, I love it. Yeah, Duke and the Great Pie War was definitely disappointing. Do you have an office space yet for your company? Yes and no. We have a temporary office space, but we're gonna definitely want to get a bigger one. What's my opinion on Dougal? Never saw it. I heard it was really edited and really bad. But like I was saying, if anybody can find a full episode of this Portuguese costume Veggie Tales, I beg of you, please give it to us because we need this. We need more of this. Because this is weird. Oh, wow. Whoever suggested this, what have you done? What even is this? Why? Why would you do this? Why is Larry in swim trunks? Why do they have arms? This looks so weird. Oh, here's a whole episode. Okay, yep. We're doing this then. Oh my gosh. Who suggested this? Was it you, NBC? Yeah, you should be sorry. What the heck is this? Wow. Okay. I've ever heard of Zoom. The movie? Yeah, I never saw it, but yeah. Do you use laptop or desktop? We use many computers. We have 4 computers on board so far. 3 laptops and 1 desktop. Oh, I said my opinion on Duke of the Great Power earlier. It's just kind of there. I don't really have any opinion on it. Oh, PBS cartoons. Then no, I haven't heard of that. Opinions on you on Kazoo. I don't know what that is. Opinion on Petunia. Now, this is one we used to get a lot. Petunia is not a character. She's a girl. That's the only thing. She is made just to be a girl. It's like the Miss Pac-Man Smurfette trope. She is made just to attract a female audience, and that is bad. When she has a personality, it's good. But when she doesn't, she's just there to be the damsel. The worst example I can think is Minnesota Cuke 2, which I like the episode. But the worst part is her, because she's just there to be the girl, the prize. That's why ever since when Abrams family, we gave her a personality. She's kind of spontaneous. She's more energetic. She's outgoing. We gave her more stuff like that, and it's consistent. Early on, we were still trying to get our footing, but Abrams family, we got a lot of acclaim for actually giving her personality. And I'm definitely happy that we did that. Opinion thoughts on Weesing? I don't know what that is. Opinion on Chadtronic? Haven't seen any of his stuff. Petunia is still better than Esther. Esther, at least, despite the fact of only being in one, she was more consistent. She was kind of nervous. At least she had a personality. Petunia's personality changes so much; she's basically a new character all the time. What what VeggieTales episodes give Petunia personality? All of them, and yet none of them, because they're all so different. Petunia really doesn't have a stable personality. She's anything that the writers want her to be, which is basically what all the characters are now in VeggieTales, anyways. Do you think that Paco the Mule will have a character cameo in Live Reloaded? Maybe. Petunia was originally supposed to be the character of Ruth, but then they just kind of decided to use her for whenever they needed a girl. Parody of Wind in the Willows someday? Maybe. We'll have to see. Man, I can just not forget these Brazilian things. Wow. Just why? I'm gonna start bookmarking these so I never forget them. I mean, we've seen the VeggieTales live costumes, but then there's this. I mean, I'll give them credit. They're nicely constructed costumes, and the set looks pretty cool. It's just so weird. It's something like you'd see on Japanese TV, like a game show or something. I don't know. And I think that the fact that I can't understand a word they're saying is not going to help. Do I visit DeviantArt? Not very much. What would I do with 1,000 cookies? Eat half of them and then give half of them to charity because they need food. Opinions on Chick-fil-A Jack in the Box? I like Chick-fil-A, not Jack in the Box. What are my opinion on Timmy the Tooth? Don't know what that is. Find it funny how the Pirates don't do anything. 100 times more marketing than Jonah ever did. Yep, and it also bombed. Oh my gosh, Lee Fraser, is that something that just happens in the Brazilian one? Oh, that's Oh boy, what I think of League Incredible Vegetables. One of the worst episodes. I've talked about this in the episodes. What Yes, I did have Petunia play two characters in Abrams, but the first one, the Deborah one, was the one we gave her personality. Anyways, what question was I answering? I was just here. I don't remember. Sorry. Oh yeah. No, no, I just lost it. Well, I was answering one of them. Please respond with that same question so I remember what it is. What's the Brazilian show I was talking about? Look up, was it Me Nome Es Larry? And you'll see. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Wow. Phil actually said that. It's like when, was it George Herbert Walker Bush said the amazing quote. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh yeah. Your job reminds me of making love to a gorilla. You can't stop until the gorilla wants you to. For kids, everybody. Oh wow, sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. It's Minomes. No, it's hang on. Meunomee Larry. Here, I'll just put a link to it in the chat. You guys can go click on it. This will change your life. Just click on that link and your life will be changed forever. You're welcome. What do I think of Don Quixote? I don't really know. Yep, George Robinson. That's a common reaction to have. You see, when I saw these things called Brazilian instrumentals, I just thought that they were people from Brazil making instrumentals. I didn't know that they were. It was a completely different thing. Oh boy. What is one limitation to Fantastic Fictions? No lemons. We do not do lemons. Those are sex fanfics. We don't do those. There is a Friendship is Magic Naruto one we are going to do really soon, but it has one scene, but we're just going to skip over it. So what else do you guys have? We're going to start wrapping this up pretty soon. I'd say about 3 o'clock Arizona time, which is in about 18 minutes. I think then we're going to start wrapping it up then. So what do you guys think? What do you think of Tim Hodge? No, Tim Hodge is not a person to blame for the downfall. You're thinking of Brian Roberts. Tim Hodge was basically the third in command, and he played Khalil. He did Grandma Desert. He did so many great ideas. He was a great guy. Sad to see him go. Brian Roberts is the guy you're thinking of. He's the guy who took over after Phil left and usurped Mike from the throne, so to speak. Oh no, NBC, we do those too. In fact, in the double header, we had kind of one of those, sort of. I'm still waiting for some stuff to come in. Well, don't forget, Leaf Razor. Mike still was involved in the house. They don't. That doesn't mean that they liked it. Big idea though is essentially dead. Two people have asked questions and I've already answered them already. So sorry. All right, guys, what else do you got? I'm leaving. Oh yeah, I remember What's the Big Idea? Wow, I remember those commercials like perfectly. I remember wanting a subscription, but I never got one. Actually, I do not remember NBC. Can you remind me what show you're talking about? Oh, was it that live reloaded version of Monster Buster Club? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I hope that's going well. Would I like VeggieTales in the House a lot better if the characters weren't redesigned? No. That would just be a very, very small piece. It's still crap, regardless of how the characters look. The writing is the part I hate the most. Everyone thinks it's the designs. No, the designs are the parts that I don't like, but they're not at all the parts that I dislike the most. Not at all. That's just the cherry on top of the garbage fire that is. Have I seen Anastasia? Yes, it's a Disney ripoff, and Don Bluth betrayed his style, but it's still really good. Make a crazy voice. Hi, my name is Ross Perot. How are you doing? I'm Monica. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry you had to put that on hiatus. If you need any advice, let me know. What's my opinion on Johnny Test? Hate it. Johnny Test is horrible. If you want to see my opinion on that, just go to TV Trash and watch his video because I agree with basically everything he says in there. Any excuse to plug TV Trash, that guy's a genius. Let's see. The only ones I've disagreed with him on are, let's see, Veronica and the Tick, I think, are the only ones that have disagreed with him. Everything else, I completely agree with his opinions. And someday I'm even thinking about making a video where it's top 10 TV trash episodes. I know he's already done that, but I want to make my own because he and I don't have the same favorites that he's done. Oh, yep, I remember the Pixar thing. What cartoons were my favorite? Whatever Happened to Robot Jones, Sheep in the Big City, back in the day, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, although it doesn't hold up as well as it used to, I still really like it. It's still good. Space Ghost Coast to Coast doesn't count, does it? If it does, then that's on the list. And Ed, Edd n Eddy. Because I've seen all the cartoons except for the Powerpuff Girls. I know, big fan of Cartoon Network, especially classic Cartoon Network, and I've never seen the Powerpuff Girls. What do I think of the new DuckTales reboot? I like it. I like it a lot. That's my opinion on the show. Staring, never heard of it. Space Ghost Coast to Coast doesn't count. Okay, so let's see. You know what? Let's do my opinion on all the cartoons. And remember, just cartoons. Actually, let's just go with Cartoon Network cartoons. And some of these may or may not appear on, what am I saying? May or may not appear on TV Talks. List of Cartoon Network. Okay, here we go. List of Cartoon Network cartoons. Now we'll give you my opinions on all of these. Adventure Time started off good. It got really derailed. I'm kind of ready for it to be over. Amazing World of Gumball. It's gotten better with age. Steven Universe. It's okay. Clarence, pretty good, although it did get a little lame later on. We Bare Bears, still pretty good. Powerpuff Girls 2016, hate it, even though I haven't seen the original. Mighty Magiswords, haven't seen it. The new Ben 10, terrible. OKKO, haven't really seen too much of it, but I heard it's good. Regular Show, I've said my opinion on this a lot before, is that I liked it, but then I stopped watching it, then I tried watching it again, and I've missed so much of it. Moxie Show, from what little still exists, I like it. Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Well, Zorak is in it. That alone is really good. I like it.
It's really good, especially its random sense of humor. My ex and I used to love watching that. What a cartoon show. Depends on what cartoons are being shown. Dexter's Lab. First 2 seasons are good. Second 2 seasons are crap. Johnny Bravo. Very good. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid, though, because my mom did not like Johnny. Cow and Chicken. Just a Ren and Stimpy ripoff, but less funny. I Am Weasel. It's okay. Powerpuff Girls. Haven't seen it. Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like I said, it's one of my favorite ones. Mike, Lou, and Og. Kind of boring. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Never scared me as a kid, surprisingly. Things like End of Silliness scared me, but Courage the Cowardly Dog never scared me. But I liked it anyways. Sheep in the Big City. It's basically Dave the Barbarian on Cartoon Network. That kind of explains it. But it's not quite as funny. Time Squad. This one has was really treated poorly. It was really good, never given the chance to shine, or Happy Solo Missing. Samurai Jack, oh yeah. We all know how good this one is. Grim and Evil / Grim Adventures of Billy Man and Evil Con Carne. Both of these are the same. I loved them a lot as a kid. Looking back, it's really hit and miss depending on the episodes. Whatever happened to Robot Jones, you guys know my opinion on that one. Conan Kids Next Door, just as good as an adult as it was when you were a kid. Which is funny because it's all about kids. Megas XLR, haven't been able to see this one because it's lost in the bowels of time. Also, some for Imaginary Friends, very good. Blue can be a bit annoying, but I really like it. I've been actually watching it a little bit more lately. Hi, Puffy Amiyumi. A lot of people don't like this show. I think it's good, just not great. I mean, Ben the Looney loved it, and he got me to start watching it, but it's pretty good. Life Without the Juniper Leaf, just a Jake Long ripoff. Camp Lazlo, really depends on the episode. Sunday Pants, yeah, it was okay. My Gym Partner's a Monkey, just a bunch of lame, gross out stuff. Ben 10, haven't seen it since I was little, but I loved it as a kid. Squirrel Boy, it's annoying. Class of 3000, very clever, really should have been given more of a chance. Chowder, again, this is another one I've been watching a lot lately. It's so funny, so funny. Marvelous Misadventures of Blackjack, just kind of a lesser Chowder in my eyes. Secret Saturdays, never saw it. Ben 10 Alien Force, first 10 episodes were good. And then I stopped watching it when I was a kid. All the rest of the Ben 10 series, until they rebooted, basically the same. Let's see, Robotomy, never given a chance, but I thought it was good. Problem Solvers, it's horrible. Everything everybody has said about it is true. Secret Bound 4 is awesome. It's like Problem Solvers, but with slightly better animation. Uncle Grandpa, pretty bad. I made a review about it, and yeah. And Apple and Onion just never got to come out at all. There we go. So those are the Cartoon Network cartoons. Now let's see what the chat has said. I've never seen Tom Blappy. Don't know what that is. Yeah, I agree, DM Hoffland. One of the things too, it's also a very social justice warrior-ish thing. I mean, it's fine to have all that equality and stuff, but come on, do you have to be that brazen about it? Opinion on MLP. I did a video about Friendship is Magic. All the other MLPs haven't seen them because, I'm a guy. I grew up on Transformers, not My Little Pony. The important thing is that Hasbro still controlled a big chunk of it. What I think of the live-action Garfield films, don't like either of them. But what I certainly like less is Nostalgia Critic's review of the second one, because I really liked his review of the first one, and then the second one's just kind of dumb. Let's see, what else do we have here? All right, so the chat's starting to slow down, so start making your last questions here, and right now I'm going to list those Pixar films, like I said. I won't rank them, I'll just talk about my opinions. I have seen all except for Cars 3. Toy Story, it's good, just not great. For the time, it was a technological marvel, but I still think it's just good. Bug's Life, also just good. Toy Story 2, phenomenal, flawless. My favorite of the Toy Stories. Monsters, Inc., even though the idea isn't really original, I still think it's very well done. The animation, especially for the time, is great. The character designs are great. Billy Crystal's a spot on. Finding Nemo, I think it's a little overrated, but I still think it's just great, especially the animation. The animation was just a technical marvel. The Incredibles, I didn't appreciate it as much at the time. I mean, I loved it as a kid, but I didn't appreciate what a big step forward it was when it comes to animating people. The score is actually really well done too. It's not done by Randy Newman like all the others except for Finding Nemo before it. It still just blows me away. Cars, it's okay. Ratatouille, it looks really good, Brad Bird, I'm very happy that he got to do stuff on this. I just think it's kind of good, and then that's it. WALL-E, first half is way better, but the second half is still good. Up, great, wonderful. Toy Story 3, also very good. Not quite as good as 2, but still good. Cars 2, awful. Brave, could have been so good, but it was just a rehash of a bunch of Disney tropes. It's funny that Wreck-It Ralph, the Disney film, was more of a Pixar film, and then Brave, the Pixar film, was more of a Disney film. Monsters University. People really like this one. I hate it because it's just every college movie ever. That means you can just see it by going online and looking up B-movie college films. Inside Out, as I've said, it's one of my favorites. Good Dinosaur. Animation is spot on. I don't like anything else. Finding Dory. It's just Finding Nemo again. It's just okay. Cars 3, haven't seen. I've heard it's pretty good. Coco, I've said my opinion on that. Upcoming, Incredibles 2, looks pretty good. Toy Story 4. So those are my opinions on those. Let's see, what did the chat have to say? National Lampoon's Animal House, I haven't seen it. Worst animated movie is Frozen. I have not seen Frozen, so I wouldn't know. Yeah. Also, the Rocky and Bullwinkle live action one. It's pretty good. I mean, the beginning is way better, but it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Fan meet and greet. I wouldn't be able to do that because, I don't know where any of you. Well, I do know some states where you guys live, but I don't have the money to go out and meet you guys. Do I watch anime? Some, not very much. What are my thoughts on live action Scooby-Doo films? Don't really like them. Do you think we could get in contact on YouTube, private message? Sure, go ahead. Ask me some stuff in private. Go right ahead. I'm pretty open. Okay, so looks like that's just about it. Had some had some laughs, yeah.
Taking us Larry! Making up I talk about Larry!
So yeah, that's just about it. So guys, thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great Good Friday, and I should be doing some of these pretty soon again. I hope you guys have a great time.
Good night, everybody. Now let's see if I remember how to turn this thing off. Oh yeah, I just pushed this button.